Okay, so you can start in the easy pose. And we'll just focus on deep breathing. And so what I want you to do is focus on trying to breathe with your belly. So as you inhale, the belly would go out. As you exhale, the belly would go in. As the belly goes out, as you inhale, start with the belly. And if you want to add more to it, go to the chest. So the belly would go out first and then the chest up. Then when you exhale, the chest and then the belly. Stay in the easy pose, and I want to focus on your neck, and so move the head, the chin to as much as you can to the right shoulder, and then move it to the left shoulder. If you want to do this with your breathing, inhale as you're moving toward the center of your body, and exhale as you get toward the shoulders. After you go from side to side, just focus on going up and down. Inhale on the way up. Try to keep the back straight. This is not a cat-cow, but it's very similar with the breathing and the head motion. Return back just to the easy pose. Keep the neck still. Put the left hand over the left ear and bend into a little bit of a side bend to the right side. You can use your right hand for a little bit of support on the right side. You can come back up to center, put the left hand down to the left side, right hand over the right ear, and then bending to the left side. Come back to center. And now in the easy pose, we'll just add a simple twist. So the left hand on the right knee, right hand back, and then twist to the right side. You can release from there and left hand back, right hand on the right knee, and twist to the left side. As you release from there, we will go to the seated cat-cow. So again, as you inhale, the head goes up, and then you can arch back a little bit. And as you exhale, the head goes down, and then again, arch the back forward. Next thing we're going to do is just an easy pose with bound hands and back. So just you can kind of make fists, put the fists sort of behind you. The goal is trying to keep the back straight and the shoulders back. So as you're pushing back, just sort of feel a little tug in your shoulder. Not too much, just a little bit. We'll transition to thunderbolt pose. And so in here, you're sort of just basically just sort of sitting on the back of your heels, back straight, your hands sort of on your knees. If it's too much of a stretch in your legs, you might want to use a block to sit on. We're going to do a little bit of a variation of the camel pose. So just sort of stay on your knees, but keep the torso straight and just sort of go back with your hands. So you can put your hands on the back, on the mat behind you, and just try to keep your body straight. It's not quite a camel pose, as much of a back bend, but it does add a little bit more to the stretch in the legs. You can release from there and go forward into child pose. As you come up out of child pose, you can just sort of move forward into cobra or sphinx pose. Sphinx pose is where you're resting on your elbows. Cobra is you're pushing up just a little bit more. As you release your arms, you can come back down on your tummy, put your arms out to your side and lift up the back feet into locust pose. As you come out of locust pose, move into table pose. And then we're going to transition into frog pose. So you start in table and just sort of move one knee out first, then move the next knee out. And just keep moving out as much as you are comfortable with stretching out the hips. If you want to lower down to your elbows, you can. But do not overstretch those hips, just as much as you're comfortable with. As you bring the knees closer together, back into table, then from table you can go to mountain pose. If you want to roll out the shoulders a little bit. Next, we'll move to tree pose, and we'll start with the right foot. So raise the right foot as much as you are comfortable with, and put it to the side of your left foot. If it's easier just to do it at the ankle level, you can. If you can raise it up higher to the knee or up to the upper thigh, whatever your comfortability is. You can switch sides, so the right foot down and the left foot up. As you release from the tree pose, we'll move into chair pose, and just keep the legs a little bit apart, bend them at the knees, and you can raise the hands up. If you want them straight up or on an angle, that's up to your preference. You can stay in the tree pose, I'm sorry, into the chair pose, and we'll just add a simple twist to it. So just bend a little bit. You can put your hands together, put your left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and just add a little twist. As you come up out of that twist, we'll twist to the other side. So right elbow to the outside of the left knee. As you come up out of there, stand up, and we'll move into Warrior One with the right knee forward. So right knee over the right ankle, left foot back, and then arms straight up. We'll switch sides. So this time the left leg forward with the left knee over the left ankle, right leg back, arms straight up, facing forward. As you release from there, stay in a wide-legged stance, both feet facing forward, and half fold with your hands touching the ground if possible. We're going to put a twist into it, so keep the left hand on the floor, right hand up, and twisting to the right side. We'll switch sides, so right hand down, left hand up. As you come up from that half forward fold, we're going to move into goddess pose. So stay in the wide-legged stance, back straight, up, arms in a cactus pose. From the goddess pose, we'll move to garland pose. So you can put the feet together and then bend down into a deep squat. And if you want to sit on a block for this to help with that, you may. We'll go to a seated position, staff pose. So the legs straight out, arms straight by the side. Raise the right knee. Put the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and we'll do a simple twist to the right side. You can release from that twist. Raise the left knee, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, twisting to the left side. As you release from there, put both legs forward and then just lean forward as you're doing a seated forward bend. If you need to bend the knees, you may. You can grab the toes, fantastic. If not, just as far forward as you can bend. Stay in the seated position. Put the bottoms of the feet together into bound angle pose. You want to try to keep the back straight. Don't worry about the knees touching the floor. While the bottoms of the feet are still together, we'll add the twist. So right hand back, left hand on the right knee, and twisting to the right side. You can release from that twist and twist to the left side. So right hand on the right knee, left hand back, twisting to the left side. As you release from that twist, keep the feet together and recline on your back. You can bring the knees together and then hug the knees into a wind release pose. Stay in the reclined position. You can release the knees, put the feet flat on the mat, and then lift the hips into bridge pose. You can lower the hips and straighten out the feet into Savasana, otherwise known as the corpse pose. I want to bring a reading in from the prophet Hosea, chapter 6. Come, let us return to the Lord, for he has torn us, that he may heal us. He has struck us down, and he will bind us up. After 2 days, he will revive us. On the third day, he will raise us up, that we may live before him. This passage may sound a little strange, talking about tearing things apart and building things up again. But this passage reminds us that we all live with broken lives. We have been torn apart by many things and many people in today's world. God does allow the things of this world to sort of tear us apart, only for the purpose of showing that God alone is the one who brings true healing and puts us back together again. Just as our Savior Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross, he was torn apart. 3 days later, however, he was raised from the dead. So also we, who have been torn apart by the many events of today's world, look to Jesus as a source of our healing. Because he was raised from the dead, we too will be healed. So on your exhale, consider the prayer, Jesus, continue to bring healing to my life. If your eyes are closed, you may slowly open them. And again, thank you for joining us.